Chuck Rabel, I was a lieutenant when I was in Vietnam. I stayed 7 years and got out as a lieutenant.
I'm Gary Carpenter, Gunner's Mate 3rd Class.
David Stevenson, I was a radarman seaman when I was in Vietnam. When I got out of the Navy, I was a 2nd class radarman. This is Mike Dorman. He was a 2nd class engineman in Vietnam.
All of us went to through school together at Coronado, where they trained us to patrol offshore. And by the time we got there, it was all rivers all day. We stayed with it. The first patrol we did out of Catlow, but we operated off of an LST off the coast. And we were tasked to go down to Don Cayo from the north. 2 months, 3 months before that, the 43 boat got sunk with a raid coming from the south. And we were the first to go in that, and we were the lead boat. And the ops people were telling us, well, we're going to come in under the cover of darkness. Don't worry, don't worry. The next thing I know, I'm back in the cabin from a B-40 rocket hit, and the cabin window was blown out. And I thought to myself, these guys really don't like us.
That's an understatement.
Well, I was in the gun tug.
General quarters, yeah.
Normally, always when you go in, especially smaller canals, unless you're doing some searching sampans, you were always, nobody was in the cabin. Everybody
Yeah,
was,
we
Mike and I
always
was
had
fantail.
the tow line broke out, and we always had the battle bag, the first aid kit, on the fantail, so we didn't have to go into the cabin. Another operation, one quiet Sunday, we're on a routine patrol, and we saw this big sampan, and we hit the beach and fired, and it turned out it was a lieutenant in the North Vietnamese Army, and that sampan was just absolutely loaded with triple B-40 rocket launchers, all kinds of small arms ammunition, and these mines that were, how big were
Is
they?
that the one with the big green ones?
Yeah, with the old-fashioned mines that they used to, it looks like they used in World War II to sink ships. We were very fortunate in that we had Mike as our engineman. On that boat, there's a Onan generator to create AC electricity, so our freezer and the chill box were always working. And one of the things that we tried to do hard is to share the good food that the Navy had with the Army for beer. So we had beer in the cooler. Please.
One thing I like to do, you know, if we were just in transit from one point to another out at sea, you know, we'd be shorts, no shoes, no shirts. I like to get on the starboard side and hang on to the ladder and stick my foot in the water, because that splashed water in the pilot house. Whoever was driving the boat got wet. But I don't think anybody minded because it was hot over here.
I don't know. You and Brewer didn't get along that well. Never mind.
And I remember a number of times, especially down at Antoy, where we'd be out on patrol for days, sometimes probably almost a week. And coming back, we'd always try to catch the rain showers so we can have a freshwater shower.
We dealt, obviously, searching sampans. We did well. Eventually, when we lost, what's his name? George, the quartermaster, we got assigned a Vietnamese Navy type, and he integrated real well into our crew. And we started eating better because we swapped for fish and chicken and started eating rice. And it was good time.
To this day, I cannot eat plain white rice. we'd go on medical civil action patrols where we'd take doctors out to little villages and do their thing. I remember one time we went to this little village, and as we pulled up on the beach, a tree branch brushed the top of the pilot house, and I could see the boat starting to turn red, and it was just like someone was pouring red on the boat. And it was red ants.
Big ones.
And if you want to see something funny, you watch 6 grown men jumping around and pounding their bodies to get rid of those ants.
Get the bucket and throw water at them.
Probably the two operations that I feared the most, in a sense, was we'd go out on psyops. We'd have tapes playing off the loudspeakers going up and down this canal. I mean, the boats were loud enough to let Charlie know we were there, and then all of a sudden you got all these boats. And the other one was night patrols, where you turn off all the lights and everything, and you just kind of put the nose on the beach, and then pretty soon it'll swing around, and pretty soon the bow was on the beach, so you're just kind of swinging down, trying to catch somebody going across the rivers.
Have to tie the nose to the tree. One time we inserted seals, and we tied off, and there we were. And I think it was Gary that spotted this guy first.
No,
John.
The guy in the pilot house with me, and he spotted this guy trying to plant a claymore mine up the tree. And we told Gary, we timed it, we backed off, made a lot of noise. Seals weren't happy with us because they were, supposedly we blew their cover. But we got out of it, and the boat wasn't damaged. And that's how things were supposed to be.